Well, folks, there's a saying I've heard, I'm sure other people have heard it too, is that if something works, it's not necessarily a stupid idea. All right, so just to show as an example, this is not how I had this rigged up. I used this yellow strap first off, wrapped around the mast, and then I winched it up and got it into place and bolted it in loosely. So it's in there. The bolts are all like snug. They're not super snug. I guess I should start with the fact that Schedule 40 pipe, piece of chain, and a sling basically. So door jamb. So here's my makeshift lift it winch. So yeah, yellow strap, like I said, rig that up, winch it up using both straps. So basically one acted like the lift, the other one was the safety, so that I could snap the winch's tension, or the ratchet's tension rather, they're not winches. Snap it, suck it back out and reset it, and then start over again. And I just kept doing that. Now, from thought process to implementation and execution, this was about an hour, maybe a little bit more. Honestly, if I had thought about it in the moment, I would have stopped and I would have taken pictures. Or at the very least, I would have shot some videos to show everybody what was going on stage by stage. However, the plan just kept clicking in my head like, do this, do that, do this. And I didn't stop for anything. So I just went with it. So yeah. Like just going like so. Click. And just stage by stage. So after the mast was up, we worried about the transmission, or in this case, I guess you could call it a gearbox. That was a bit tricky because that had to get mounted with the plate, because the pin that pivots in the mast, well, it goes through both parts. So that was a bit of a schmoz once I figured out that I had to throw some blocks under here, hold this up, get the plate up, put this, because I had it wrapped around the gearbox, I had to get it up through the center hole and then lift everything again, line it all up so I could get the pin in. And then, yeah, once I got that, we were golden. Next, same stage or similar stages, getting the motor up now. That was a bit of a beast. So I have this scrap metal stand I got at a yard sale for $1. I've used it as a bench grinder stand. I've used it for my words are hard. My wash tank. Thank you. Used it for that stand. So yeah, it was very careful. Lift with the knees, not with your back. Get it up there. Get it rigged. Get it strapped with this guy. And yeah, just slowly start the process of getting it up in the air. So I gotta say, a set of 4 of those ratchet straps from our Majesty Princess Auto, I think cost me $9.99. They were on sale. This guy here, no idea where I got that. Probably from a former workplace. I don't know. This one borrowed from my dad many years ago, and well, it's here now. Never returned it. Oh well. So yeah, like I said, roughly an hour, a lot of winching, a lot of setting up, but just patience and not getting carried away, not getting rammy with, obviously with the pin, because I mean, you start whacking that, well, actually you can see what happens when you beat on things with a hammer. There used to be a washer on the back of this fellow, and yeah, it popped off. So I'm gonna have to grind that a little bit, put the washer on, and then I'll just peen it back over. Probably hit it with a little bit of spot weld, and she'll be good to go. So tensioning of the belts, plural, these guys done by that fellow right there, because it separates the mount plate from the gearbox. And then this, well, whatever this thing was imagined to be, it's a very ham-fisted kind of arrangement, and I didn't make it. So I'll probably at some point be taking this pile of junk out and fixing it. But they were at least smart enough to put this nice big hunk of bronze in there, because behind this in the back of the gearbox, obviously from years and years and years of work and tension, the original tensioning bolt, it pretty much tried to wear its way through the casing. So they caught it in time. Hopefully it's okay. I mean, I didn't clear away any of the 50, 60 years of paint to see if there's Bondo in there or what, but it's not leaking, so I'm not going to screw with it. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Yep, so there's the 4 bolts. One of these guys is still one of the original 4-sided jobbies. The rest have been replaced at some point in life with regular old 6-sided Imperial hardware. I have cleaned it a little bit. Not much, but enough to get, you know, the storage grime and goo off of it. The tailstock, that thing belongs on the bow of a boat lobbing grenades at the Russians. No lie, this thing easily 150 pounds. And like a dummy, I lifted it up there. So yeah, my back is still a little sore from that adventure. That was Saturday. Today's Wednesday. So yeah, still feeling it. Got the chuck cleaned up. It was brown when I started scrubbing it with super clean and a red Scotch-Brite. But now she seems to be in pretty good shape. That's in there that's making that noise. If anybody knows if there's a way to get rid of that little bit of lash in that, please let me know. I'm going to reach out to the folks on like the Hobby Machinist Forum, I think it's called. The Friendly Machinist Forum. See if anybody there knows something about this. Yeah, it's a little disconcerting that it makes that noise. I'm sure under load, once it's pulling, it's fine. Yeah, it's 100 years old. I don't want to break it. All right. I mean, honestly, however many other apprentices have used this thing, it didn't break, but I don't want to be that guy. So yeah, I do have another belt coming. I found a local vendor here in town that actually makes them in-house with the fancy little alligator clippy jaw thing. So yeah, they're going to make me one of those. Pretty stoked about that, so I can get rid of the original unit, which has 2 alligator clips in it. So obviously at some point in its life, it failed dramatically. I bet you there was a lot of noise and a lot of swearing when that occurred. A little bit of backstory. So this transmission gearbox here is made by Dominion Auto Drive. Now, from what I can understand on the internet, these guys started making this style of box as early as 1942 or 45. Feel free to fact check me. I don't mind. But I guess they stopped making them mid-60s-ish, 65, maybe 67. I admit, my memory on details is a little foggy. When you're trying to absorb so much info on these old machines, it's like drinking from a fire hose. Yeah, a lot to absorb, a lot to sort through. So they're in the cleaning process, I found out the original color was black. Isn't that cool? So at some point, someone took it upon themselves, probably for the sake of helping them keep it clean. They painted it gray so they could monitor oil leaks. I don't know. Do I have plans of putting it back to black? Probably not. I want to figure out how this old girl works and runs before I go getting crazy trying to like make it as new, because it's not going to be as new. I mean, we've got a 5-horse 3-phase motor up there, which I'm pretty sure this lathe never had. We have a VFD that came with the package, which I'm really stoked about. If anybody knows If that is a casting number or a serial number, I don't know. The plate over there says that's a serial number, but serial number to what is, yeah, so I've looked it over. I still got to do some more cleaning. I want to see if there's any other numbers that might help me identify it, or at least, you know, figure out how it works. I mean, I do have a power crossfeed, which is pretty darn cool. Yeah, that nut there, turn that, and then it engages this. There's obviously the half nut. This guy, tighten that up, and then the carriage feed goes back and forth. Yeah, it's just a neat machine. Somebody at some point said, let's weld a socket on there so we can tighten this down with an air ratchet. I did find a photo on a sale ad back in 2021 on this exact lathe, and that's how I was able to identify it was this custom bit of work here. Because really, how many people would you know that would actually do that? Holy man, I've been rambling for 11 minutes. I'm hungry. That's probably the problem. Blood sugar is an issue. So, enough of listening to me babble. Thanks for taking a moment to enjoy my if it ain't stupid and it works, it's, you know, it's okay. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feel free to say something down below about what you think of this machine. As I've mentioned before, it is 1920, and I plan on making some stuff with it. I'm not a production guy, I'm just a hobby dude, but yeah, I want to make some stuff. So having a big old stout machine like this, I feel confident I'll be able to take off at least better than 10 thou depth of cut, because my little 9x20 didn't really have a lot of guts. Anyhow, thanks a lot, folks. We'll catch y'all later.